everybody? Welcome. This is G1 himself, Eric Naretto, welcoming you to the G1 Showdown pre-show. Everything is getting ready to get a move on here, so I am going to be sharing everything to Jay's Garage today. I am joined in the booth by the commentators for today's event, Jason Carwile and Tommy Kruger. They're going to be sitting in and they're going to be calling the action. So before we get going, definitely the pre-show is something new to G1 TV. The cool thing about this is that we have a little more control than what we've had in the past years. So we've got a strong internet connection, and thank you. And we have a much better. Let's just say I had more pull this year in the development of what it is that we needed. I only needed the score sheets, bro.
Oh, all right.
Yep,
well,
I just needed the score sheets.
Right.
So let me pop this open here, and then oh, that is not what I was looking for. So it looks like the internet isn't as strong as it was. That ice storm really took a pounding. So I'm going to go ahead and share this to Jay's Garage. Tommy, you can go ahead and watch here. This is something special too. See down here where it says G1 TV on it? I have to click it, and you're going to have to go to me. And now I'm able to share things, and I'm going to try, I want everything in Jay's Garage. So we'll go to more options, share to a group, and then it says Jay's Garage right there. You're going to get, boom, that's going to take you right there. It does it itself, no questions asked, and then you can just X out of that. So I hope everybody's having a phenomenal day, and we are getting started a little late, but 10:45 isn't too bad. So we're gonna definitely run through the pre-show routine here. So we're gonna have two views for you today. As you can see, this is the main camera view. You got Team Pontiac and Streeter's scorecard up on the top right-hand portion of your screen. We're going to go ahead and get down to our first advertisement. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to be able to see absolutely everything, but I'm going to tell you right now, you can see a wonderful view, and that's because of Caleb Baxter. Caleb Baxter donated some cameras to us to allow us to stream this stuff and to have this good opportunity to bring you the G1 Showdown inside Jay's Garage, to have almost absolute control over the environment. So if you need anything security related, Caleb is also a locksmith. If you lock your keys in your car, if you need to get into your house, Caleb's the guy to come to for this. He's got a 24-hour service, and he works on new and used appliances, safes. He'll cut your keys if you need him, absolutely anything. So huge shout out to Caleb. Caleb, thank you for what you do for us. Thank you for allowing us to use your equipment. And folks, if you need absolutely anything, give Caleb a call at 815-822-5653. I also have to give a major shout out to Chris Wilder of Wilder's Billiard Supplies and Services. Chris came in on Monday and did the table for us. Jay helped him, I helped him, and Jay's son Alex got in a little bit on the action too. But Chris does great work. He takes care of his work. We do have another player, Danny Blackburn, playing today. He just recovered Danny's 9-foot table, and Danny said he absolutely loves it. So if you need someone to vouch for Chris, myself will, and Danny will as well. What's up, Jay? So
sorry about that. Getting everything going for them out there.
So if you need anything billiard supplies, Chris just doesn't recover tables. Chris takes apart tables. He moves tables. He is a he's a dealer. I can't remember who he deals through, but I know he's a dealer. I feel like it's not Atlas. I don't remember, but Chris can help you with just about anything that you would like. So just make sure that if you need anything billiard supply styles or services, just give Chris Wilde a call and see if you can get a quote. I have a feeling that you're probably not going to find someone better, especially for the price. Moving on, we run into Sarah Rousey and Chris Gonzalez have a wonderful junior program in Bloomington. It's hosted at Ride the 9. Unfortunately, for all you kiddos, it is closed due to COVID. So when it opens back up, they will be posting, I'm sure. But if you have a child who's interested in pool, there is no better way to learn than to learn from a professional. And Sarah is the junior program coach. And Chris is also a strong player, and he is a league operator. So if you want to get your kids involved in pool, give Chris Gonzalez a call at 970-381-1728. A definite major announcement that you need to be aware of. Originally, the G1 Showdown was designed to put my leagues up against each other. I had a league in Pontiac and I had a league in Streator, but unfortunately, Streator's league did not survive COVID, and we are running into this year being the last year between Pontiac and Streator. So we are moving the 4th annual G1 Showdown. Pontiac is going to stay under my guidance, I guess, until further notice. I've been talking with my friend Tony, who lives in Clinton, Illinois, and he runs Breakers Bar and Grill. Now, here's the cool thing about Tony. Tony gave me my first start in running tournaments almost 11 years ago. I can't believe that it has been that long, but 11 years that we have been friends, and we are definitely moving towards being stronger friends with this, but just know next year, I believe it is January 8th, we are going to come to you live from Breakers Bar and Grill as Team Naretto will take on Team Gum for the very first time. We're still going to run the exact same format. The only changes that we may change is going to be completely up to Tony and myself as to whether or not we allow 4 people to qualify, or if we choose to still run a captain's pick. So it just really depends on what he wants to do. I'm up for either one, but I always try to make everything as close to the Mosconi Cup as possible. So with that being said, there should be a captain's pick, but if there's not, there's not. Life will go on. So now, SC is 10:50. I've said a lot in 5 minutes. We're still going to run through some stuff here. So now we're going to get to the bio cards. So we're going to start off with Team Pontiac in this format, and we're just going to run down the list here. I tried to acquire some information from each player. Some had more than others, but I just wanted to kind of give you a little insight into the players. So first, leading Team Pontiac is myself. I'm 32 years old. I have played pool for 15 years. Now, normally I would say that in this area, played competitively, but right now I'm one of the youngest players as opposed to playing pool, shooting in the cup this year. So just a little bit of the experience that I bring to the table. Scotch doubles wise, we're playing a lot of Scotch doubles. In 2015, I won the ACS Midwest Scotch Doubles Championship, and then coming into 2016 and 2017, I hit the Yes, yeah. Let's use the blacks. Yeah, definitely. Yep, we're gonna be hooking up with the Aramith Black Series today. Just make sure nobody's colorblind. That'd be a major issue. But so yeah, I took home the 2 state championships. So a lot of experience in my short amount of time. Now the big thing that we're gonna pay attention to is the MVP record right now. I am actually currently joined in the booth with Tommy Kruger, who was the first year MVP. So he's going to be running down the action with us as well. Now we're going to jump to Dougie. Dougie has been playing pool for a long time, competitively been playing pool for 23 years. He has appeared in every showdown this year, up to this year, and his major experience, he's got a lot of experience, but the number one that especially pertains to the showdown, we have a Scotch Doubles World Champion on our team. So he won the 2018 APA Scotch Doubles Championship with Michelle Reed, and she is the owner of the Stumble Inn in Godley, who is one of our sponsors. So glad to have Doug with us. Moving on to the next person, we have Jim Doppler. Jim's 37. He's also played competitively for the amount of time that I've played pool, period. So he has appeared in all major showdown appearances, and as well, he was the captain in both 2018 and 2019, which technically should be 2019 and 2020. Error there, but I was doing it in 2020, but it is 2021, so major error, but whatever. Moving on, we're hitting up John Allen. John Allen comes to us new. This is his first appearance. John has been a very good friend of mine for a number of years. He's been around the Pontiac scene for a few years, despite what people believe. This is just his first year that he's actually played in my league. We've had a nice little bridge between Pontiac and Godley. This is Michelle Reed's boyfriend, longtime boyfriend. They've been together for a super long time, but I almost pretty much know it as her husband. He'll yell at me if I say that, so that's why I wanted to say that. But John's experience, he placed 5th in the Illinois State Tournament back in 2015, and also with Michelle, he was the 2016 and 2017 third place winners at the APA Scotch Doubles World Championship, which is the same tournament that Doug and Michelle won in 2018. So it's nice to have these guys with us, just because I'm assuming if Doug plays well with Michelle and John plays well with Michelle, most likely they're going to play well together. So we would just assume that this would be definitely a formidable team. Moving on to the last player of Team Pontiac is Caleb McCann. Caleb's the youngest player in the Cup this year, and I feel he has the least amount of experience in the Cup. So it's going to be nice to get him on board, get him a little bit of different action. He's 29 years old. He's only played for 8 years. This is his first appearance. And as you can see in the experience section here, he's got some, but he just hasn't really played enough to ultimately get a lot. So hopefully the G1 Showdown is a nice little notch in his experience program. So now we are going to take that time here. We're going to get out of that. We're going to move down to Team Streeter, and we're going to start off with their captain of Danny Blackburn. So Danny Blackburn is 44 years of age. He has played competitively for 25 years. It's his second appearance. And as you can see here, he's got a little bit of team experience. He's got a little bit of doubles experience, and in 2013 he was his regionals champion of the APA. So he's a strong player and he's a good guy, and I look forward to taking on in the captain's position with him this year. So the next player that we have is Jamie Dignan, making his second appearance, and Digger has been competitive ever since the age of 2. So he's 57 years old, and he says that he has played competitively for 55 years, which if he's holding a pool cue at 55 years old, in my opinion, or at 2 years old, I should say, he was raised right. So to get him a pool stick at that young, that's amazing. But the major accomplishment we got to talk about for Digger here, Digger wasn't able to play pool for a long time. He broke his neck, and he is very proud of the fact that he was able to start playing again after returning from a major neck injury. So Digger's coming back, and he's a good player, and I'm looking forward to some good pool playing from him this year. Now we run into Brian Jason, MVP record number 1. That is because he was the 2020, not 2019. He was the 2020 G1 Showdown MVP. BJ's first year was last year, and he came out with an absolute bang. He played amazing the entire 2 days. So it was only right that when Streeter won the championship that he was awarded the MVP. So we look forward to having BJ back, and hopefully BJ shows us his game just like he did last year, because we want it all. Next player on this list is Ryan Obenheim, also known as Obi. He's 43. He's been playing pool competitively for 30 years. This is his second appearance in the G1 Showdown. Excuse me. He has a lot of experience playing pool, but the one of note that he wanted me to talk about was he got 9th place in the VNEA national team event. Now, something about the VNEA, if you don't know, VNEA is an international promotion. So when they have their national event, it is actually an international event. So that 9th place in teams might be a little better than what we're giving him credit for. So he's a great player, and we look forward to having him back in the action as well. Finally, for Team Streeter, we are running into Jeremy Maynard. Jeremy Maynard, to my surprise, I didn't know this until he told me this information. He's just 2 years older than I am. And he's played pool for, competitively anyway, for about 10 years. This is his first appearance. Jeremy was the 6th man on Team Streeter last year in the event that something bad happened. So, unfortunately, Tom Casey can't join us this year due to an injury. I believe he said he tore his rotator cuff, so that's going to definitely put a damper in any pool strategy. But his experience isn't much. Again, he's only been playing competitively for 10 years, but cashing in the Illinois State Tournament. For those of you who are watching that aren't from Illinois, Illinois probably got one of the toughest state tournaments that I've ever been to in my life. So I've been to Wisconsin, I've been to Iowa, I've been to Indiana, and I've been to Illinois, and hands down, Illinois is definitely the toughest state tournament that I've ever been to. So good luck to Jeremy, and good luck to Team Streeter. Let's see, how am I doing on time? 10:57. We're going to run a little late, but we got to talk about the round 1 matchup. So here's what I was talking about earlier this morning, about 1:30 in the morning. We have Pontiac versus Streeter taking on the first point. As you can see here, we have everything set up. Caleb's going to take on Obi first. John's going to play Jeremy. I'm going to play Jamie, and Doppler's going to play Danny Blackburn. And in the event that it goes to a Hill thriller in the first point, we'll see Doug Williams take on Brian Jason. And then in the second point, some Scotch doubles action. We're going to have Dougie and John take on Jeremy and BJ. And running into the third, your first singles match, Jim Doppler is going to take on Obi. And the fourth point, Scotch doubles. I am going to come off the chair with Caleb as my partner, and we're going to take on Danny Blackburn. And Danny has chosen to keep Obi at the table, which is a huge power move. And then we run into that fifth point where Danny's definitely done it again with the power and kept himself at the table. So there's some strategy that we talk about with the lining up here. You can see my strategy of setting this up was to kind of let everybody play. So nobody's really iced. But Danny over here, he's actually done it to where he hasn't worried about the icing as much as making sure that his players are seeing multiple trips to the table as quick as possible. So there are two major different opinions as it comes to strategy in the event, and we're definitely going to see how it unfolds. So enough about me talking. It is 10:59. I do have to run into some final stuff here, so I'm actually going to say that we're going to be looking at a show time of 11:15. So just so you guys can see me, we will get started. Let's see, about 11:15. Okay, it's not going to say here, but that's okay. So we're going to get off of here. I appreciate the people who have joined myself in the pre-show, and when we start the broadcast here, Tommy's going to be in the booth. I hope he's not nervous because he may be in here by himself. So make sure you give plenty of conversation in the chat box so you can discuss with Tommy, and we'll be getting started about 11:15. We may even get started before that, but I'm going to try to give Jay some time to kind of hop in the booth too and get ready. And then we'll just kind of go from there. So I'm going to go answer any last-second questions, and then we'll get the ball rolling. So thanks for joining us, and get ready to watch the action in just a couple minutes. Everybody have a great day, and